want to begin today with a simple truth that might surprise you. Fruit is not the innocent angel we were taught it was when we were kids. For those of us over 50, especially anyone dealing with prediabetes, insulin resistance, or type 2 diabetes, fruit can be either a quiet friend helping stabilize your body or a silent saboteur that spikes your blood sugar when you least expect it. And the line between the two is thinner than you think. So stay with me, because by the end of this conversation, I promise you'll understand fruit in a way that makes you feel empowered, not confused or restricted. Now let me tell you how this started for me. Years ago, when I crossed into my 50s, I noticed something strange. The same fruit snacks I used to enjoy, grapes, bananas, a big bowl of tropical fruit, suddenly made me feel drained, foggy, thirsty, and even a little shaky. I used to shrug it off. It's just fruit, I told myself. Healthy food can't possibly cause problems. But when I finally checked my blood glucose after one of those fruit bowls, the meter gave me a number that made my eyebrows jump. That spike wasn't small. It was the kind that ages the body, stresses the pancreas, and pushes us one step closer to metabolic trouble. So today, instead of blaming fruit or telling you to avoid it, which I will never do, I want to reveal the fruit-eating mistakes that silently skyrocket blood sugar after 50. And more importantly, how simple changes can turn fruit from a problem into a powerful ally. I want this to feel like you and I are sitting down in my clinic after hours. You're having a real conversation about your life, your habits, your struggles, and your future health. The first mistake is something I call naked fruit. It's when you grab a piece of fruit and eat it alone, especially first thing in the morning or when you're hungry. The reason this becomes a blood sugar disaster after 50 is rooted in physiology. As we age, the pancreas becomes less responsive. Insulin receptors become a little more stubborn, and muscle cells don't soak up glucose as efficiently as they once did. So when you hit your body with a fast sugar source like a banana, mango, grapes, or pineapple, your blood sugar rises quickly, faster than your insulin can respond. That sharp spike is followed by a crash, which leads to cravings and more snacking. I see this pattern all the time in patients who think they're eating healthy, but can't understand why their glucose stays high. A simple fix: pair fruit with protein, fiber, or healthy fat. A handful of nuts, a spoon of Greek yogurt, or a slice of cheese changes the entire metabolic response. Suddenly, your body digests the fruit slowly, steadily, without a sharp rise. You still get the sweetness, the nutrients, the pleasure, but not the spike. This one change alone has helped many of my patients lower their A1C without giving up the foods they enjoy. The second mistake happens when people treat fruit like a free food. I get it. For decades, we heard eat more fruit and vegetables, and somehow fruit got lumped into the same category as broccoli. But fruit carries fructose, a sugar that behaves differently from glucose. Fructose bypasses your regular blood sugar pathways and goes straight to the liver, where it can be converted to fat, elevate triglycerides, and worsen fatty liver disease, one of the rising silent conditions in people over 50. This doesn't mean fruit is bad. It means serving size matters more after age 50 than it did when you were 20 or 30. A cup of blueberries? Fantastic. 3 full handfuls because it feels natural. That can be a problem. A small apple is great. A giant Honeycrisp the size of a softball is not the same thing metabolically. When you keep portions intentional, you enjoy fruit safely without asking your liver to work overtime. Another common mistake is assuming all fruits behave the same inside the body. They absolutely don't. Fruits like cherries, grapes, mangoes, watermelon, pineapple, and ripe bananas act like fast-acting carbohydrates. They're sweet, delicious, and refreshing, but they hit the bloodstream fast. On the other hand, fruits like berries, kiwi, apples, pears, and citrus release sugar slowly because they're high in fiber and lower in glycemic load. If you're over 50, your best friends are these slow fruits. They keep your sugar stable, satisfy cravings, protect your brain with antioxidants. Now let me share a story from a patient of mine, a 62-year-old woman who loved grapes. She would eat them while watching TV, while preparing dinner, while waiting for her coffee to brew. She thought they were harmless after all. They're fruit. But grapes are like nature's candy. Tiny, sugary, easy to overeat. When we measured her post-meal glucose, grapes spiked her nearly 90 points. She looked at me and said, "Doctor, I've been sabotaging myself with fruit." I told her the truth. No, you haven't been sabotaging yourself. You just haven't been eating with awareness. Awareness changes everything. Another fruit-eating mistake is drinking fruit instead of eating it. Smoothies and juices are a trouble zone for almost everyone over 50. Juice, whether fresh, natural, organic, or cold-pressed, is basically instant sugar. When you remove fiber, you lose the natural slow-release mechanism that protects your blood sugar. Even smoothies can be a problem if they are fruit-heavy. A banana plus mango plus pineapple plus berries might seem healthy, but it's metabolically similar to a dessert. The fix is simple. Build smoothies with vegetables first, then a little fruit for flavor. Add fiber like chia, flax, or oats. Add healthy fat like avocado or Greek yogurt. Suddenly, same smoothie becomes a glucose-friendly meal instead of a sugar bomb. Another mistake is eating fruit at the wrong time. After 50, timing can matter just as much as what you eat. If you eat fruit first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, blood sugar spikes more quickly. But if you eat fruit after a meal, especially one rich in protein and fiber, the fruit's sugar enters your bloodstream slowly. It's the same food, but the timing changes its impact. Let me give you a practical example. Let's say you enjoy a small apple after lunch instead of before. In that scenario, your blood sugar curve is often 40 to 60%. Gentler, because the protein and fat from lunch slow down digestion. Your body sees the fruit as part of a balanced meal instead of a solo sugar hit. One more mistake I see almost every week is ignoring ripeness. The riper the fruit, the higher the sugar concentration. A greenish banana is a resistant starch hero that barely raises glucose. A brown-spotted banana is basically fruit syrup wrapped in a peel. Mangoes work the same way. So do pears, peaches, and pineapples. If you're someone who struggles with glucose control, choosing less ripe fruit can make a dramatic difference. And finally, the mistake that gets most people over 50 in trouble is relying on fruit to replace dessert. I understand the logic. Many of us reach an age where we tell ourselves, cutting the cookies, the cake, the ice cream fruit will be my safe, sweet choice. The intention is good. But if you're craving sweets at night and you replace that with a big fruit serving, you may still spike your insulin at the exact time your body needs to rest and repair. Late-night fruit is one of the most overlooked causes of stubborn belly fat. Nighttime bathroom trips and morning fatigue. If you want fruit at night, keep it tiny, just a few berries, or pair it with protein to prevent glucose swings. Or better yet, shift most of your fruit intake to the first half of the day when your body handles sugar more efficiently. Now, let me leave you with something that matters more than all these rules. I don't want you to fear fruit. I want you to understand it. Fruit is a gift when you eat it mindfully. It brings vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, hydration, and joy. What I want for you, Anne, what you deserve is a relationship with fruit that supports your body instead of stressing it. And here's my gentle challenge to you. Starting today, my one small change. Maybe it's pairing your fruit with protein. Maybe it's switching from grapes to berries. Maybe it's adjusting your smoothie recipe. Maybe it's eating fruit after a meal instead of on an empty stomach. These tiny shifts can create big improvements in energy, sleep, waistline, and blood sugar control. Your body after 50 is different, but it's not broken. It's wiser. It's more sensitive. And when you give it the right environment, it responds beautifully. So if you've ever felt confused, guilty, or frustrated about how your body handles fruit now compared to when you were younger, take a breath. You're not alone. And you're not doing anything wrong. You're simply learning a new chapter of your biology, and you're doing a great job. If you found this helpful, tell me in the comments what fruit you struggle with the most. Maybe grapes? Maybe bananas? Or maybe smoothies? Your story might help someone else who is quietly dealing with the same challenges. And if you want more natural solutions for blood sugar stability, energy after 50, and healthy aging, make sure you stay connected. We're on this journey together, and your best years of health can still be ahead of you.